These are the best press-on nails you'll ever buy. They are super strong. They're the Xcoat tips by BTArtbox, and I'm going to show you how to apply them. Assuming you don't have anything on your nails, you want to take the nail file provided to you, push back your cuticles, and remove the shine. This is going to allow everything to stick properly. Now in this set, there are all of the colors of the rainbow, and I didn't know which one to choose, so I decided to do all of them. In your box, it'll say 10-minute manicure, and as it is a 10-minute manicure, the very first set you ever do is a little bit of a prep. Not a lot of it, but just a little bit. Here I'm finding my sizes, and I'm putting them in order according to pinky to thumb, and then on my right hand, thumb to pinky. On the instruction manual, I am writing in all of my numbers, all of my sizes. This is my left hand. And then your right hand is going to be different than your left hand, mostly. So my sizes are a little bit different. Especially doing nails all day, my right hand is a little bit bigger than my left hand. It's normal. So there they are. They provide you with this super easy to use little lamp. And each nail that comes off the little rows are going to have a little notch in it. And you just carefully file that off, being so careful not to file off any of the color. And here I'm showing you the difference between filing the muff and the little notches, so it's important to do that. Apply your gel glue, but not too much, just a little bit. You don't need to like fully cover it up. And then you'll cure it for 45 to 60 seconds in the light, holding it down. You want to keep it in place. Do this to all 10 nails, being so careful not to flood the cuticle. This is why you only need a little bit of gel glue. Just a little bit goes a long way, and it's so strong. This little light makes it really easy to be able to grab your little nail and hold it in place using both hands. And the little button on the bottom, which this one's I'm like kind of adding a little bit more glue. I don't know why I'm doing this. This is not necessary. You just need it on the nail. I think I was just kind of experimenting with different ways of applying the glue, but I felt like this method was too messy because it was just too much glue. And you can see here my mistake and what happens when you flood the cuticle. It cures all the way, and then you have to file that off. So with these nails, I can wash my hair, I can wash the dog, I can do all of my household chores. I can work just fine. I make sure not to get the really long ones because I end up drilling off the nail on accident. But these are so nice. They feel just like acrylic nails. Like, you know when you get a new set and they're kind of like tight. I guess not really sore, but they're just really tight the next day. That's how it feels. It feels like I just got a brand new set. They're just so strong and durable. Exactly what I want. So here I'm doing my right hand. And like I said, once you do this a second time, it is so much faster than the very first time you do it. And it's so easy to do at home. You don't need someone to help you. As long as you're organized, then it's really, really easy. And there are so many different fun shapes and sizes. There's French tip with like a nude, and then there's a French tip with a pink base, and these multicolor designs are just so cute. It's finally time for top coat, and you can use the Xcoat Tips Builder Gel, which is the number 1, first to make them a little bit thicker, but I like mine really thin. So I'm just using the Xcoat Tips Top Coat number 2, and make sure you seal off those edges really good to avoid any chipping. My advice for doing the top coat is to apply the top coat, freeze it for 15 seconds, turn off the lamp, and then move on to your next finger, curing that for 15 seconds and so on. As long as you go back in and cure everything for 45 to 60 seconds, then you're good. But the reason why I do this is because if you have this lamp on and you're doing that finger at the same time, you're going to ruin your brush. You're going to cure that top coat on your brush, ruining your life. So don't do that. And if you have any problems with cuticle flooding, you can just go back in with your little nail file provided and fix all of those little imperfections. Just don't file too much. You want to be very gentle. And these are just so cute. They're so durable. I'm even scratching my concrete to show you that they're just so durable.